Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, April 6th, 2020. Today's daily affirmation is challenges help me grow. And your photo or drawing challenge of the day is upside down. So have fun with that one. We're going to start off the day today with a little read aloud from this book called The Stories That Julian Tells. This book is fiction about a little boy named Julian who's a quick fibber and a wishful thinker. He's great at telling stories. He can make people, especially his younger brother Huey, believe just about anything. Like the story about the cats that come in the mail or the fig leaves that make you grow tall if you eat them off the tree. But some stories can lead to a heap of trouble. And that's exactly where Julian and Huey end up. So I'm going to read you the first part of chapter 1 today, which is called The Pudding Like a Night on the Sea. So we're going to read the beginning of this chapter now and then finish the rest of the chapter during Reader's Workshop later this afternoon. I'm going to make something special for your mother, my father said. My mother was out shopping. My father was in the kitchen looking at the pots and the pans and the jars of this and that. What are you going to make? I said. A pudding, he said. My father is a big man with wild black hair. When he laughs, the sun laughs in the window panes. When he thinks, you can almost see his thoughts sitting on the tables and chairs. When he is angry, me and my little brother Huey shiver to the bottom of our shoes. What kind of pudding will you make? Huey said. A wonderful pudding, said my father. It will taste like a whole raft of lemons. It will taste like a night on the sea. Then he took down a knife and sliced 5 lemons in half. He squeezed the first one. Juice squirted right in my eye. Stand back, he said, and squeezed again. The seeds flew out on the floor. Pick up those seeds, Huey, he said. Huey took the broom and swept them up. My father cracked some eggs and put the yolks in a pan and the whites in a bowl. He rolled up his sleeves and pushed back his hair and beat up the yolks. Sugar, Julian, he said, and I poured in the sugar. He went on beating. Then he put in lemon juice and cream and set the pan on the stove. The pudding bubbled and he stirred it fast. Cream splashed up on the stove. Wipe that up, Huey, he said, and Huey did. It was hot by the stove. My father loosened his collar and pushed at his sleeves. The stuff in the pan was getting thicker and thicker. He held the beater up high in the air. Just right, he said, and sniffed in the smell of the pudding. Here's a quick little picture. He whipped the egg whites and mixed them into the pudding. The pudding looked softer and lighter than air. Done, he said. He washed all the pots, splashing the water on the floor, and wiped the counter so fast that his hair made circles around his head. Perfect, he said. Now I'm going to take a nap. If something important happens, bother me. If nothing important happens, don't bother me. And the pudding is for your mother. Leave the pudding alone. He went into the living room and was asleep in a minute, sitting straight up in his chair. Huey and I guarded the pudding. Oh, it's a wonderful pudding, Huey said. With waves on top like the ocean, I said. I wonder how it tastes, Huey said. Leave the pudding alone, I said. So we're going to stop there for right now and finish during Reader's Workshop later this afternoon. What do you think is going to happen? Julian is saying to Huey, leave that pudding alone. Make a prediction in your head. What do you think is going to happen next?